good evening, and welcome to my end of the week recap here for the S&P 500 and plan ahead for next week. I have ended up taking a couple more trades here on Thursday and Friday. First, want to recap this previous play. I was in 275 calls. As you can see, would have worked out very, very well. It just scared me out of the position there on Monday, and just ran from there. So missed opportunity. It is what it is. Planning ahead for next week. Without that in mind, hopefully. Anyways, on Thursday, price action looked like it was going to hold the gap here. False breakdown, put in a nice hammer candle, big volume on that wick right there. Once price action reclaimed VWAP for the second time, looked like it was going to continue higher, so I did take some 15 June 278 calls at 137, and it stopped me out down here once it broke below basically the two candles up at 115. Later on in the day, price action looked like it was holding very nicely. Volume came in at lows again, so I went ahead, got into 15 June 277 calls here at 153. Reclaimed VWAP added at 173, which brought my average up to 163. Today, price action gap down. On any kind of gap, I'll say it on my videos, I immediately cancel my stop loss, which was right around this region here, and wait to see what's going to happen. It was my opinion that on any kind of gap, it would be bought. Basically, people who have missed participants that have missed the move higher would be looking to pick up shares on any kind of dip for a continuation. Looks like that was the case. I added into the position again here at 161, which my average is still very close to where it was originally. It's like 162.5 roughly. And at this point, spiked up two highs, tested this wick over here, sold almost the exact high of this move at 199, got out half the position. Trailed my stop up to about 175, and due to some slippage, I ended up getting trailed out at 171. Left it quite a bit on the table because it did run back up over $2 into the close. Volume was pretty big right there into the close. After hours, there is a 9 million share print. Or at least there was a 9 million share print. A couple minutes after the close, let me zoom out here a little bit. So it was very interesting to note right here. Price was 278 and a quarter roughly right on this candle, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. As you can see, it's already above there. There were some block trades that were at 277.40, so as long as price action stays above those levels, should be good to go for a move higher. And this play that I'm currently in, as far as the 278 calls, should work out very, very nicely. If those do fail and I stop out of position, I will look for pullbacks to one of these levels down below. Previous consolidation, you can see it's already tested it. Looks like if it puts in a new high, it's going to hold another higher support, most likely this region here around 277.5. But if it does pull back, I'll look at 277 calls here. 275 calls about 2 weeks out here. At the blue line is my 8 EMA. As that comes up, these two lines will probably merge, and I'll take one of these notes off of there. Same thing down here around this 274, 273 areas. A 21 EMA will probably come up on Monday. And again, we'll look for probably 274 calls about 2 weeks out, depending on where this opens up with price. Same thing down here is probably going to have to adjust this up on Monday, depending on where it opens up, maybe 270 calls approximately 2 weeks out in the future. Now, as I've said in my previous videos, this range here from 278 to 280 is likely going to be a supply area, and there's going to be some sellers here simply because this is a previous high. That's how supports and resistances work. Participants that missed this opportunity to short over here are probably going to start shorting here. It's my opinion that there's going to be sellers here. Market makers and algos are going to see those sell orders. Stop losses are going to be just above this 280 level. So it's kind of like the market makers to go ahead and push up through here, absorb that selling, take out some stops, and then start to roll back over, because there are going to be some more buyers that come in above here thinking it's going to continue higher. Their stops will subsequently be just below this 280 level, and they'll just flip over, start eating up those stops, and come back down, test another layer of support, probably at the 8 EMA. That's just a little planning ahead. I do have my W pattern chart up here because it looks like that's playing out very, very nicely. You had a double bottom, created a W, low consolidation, now move higher. Volume on the day, the past 2 days, has confirmed participation in the trade. So that tells me there is definitely a level of interest in this region here. Question is, are there stops above here? Do the market makers take it? Do the algos trigger them in and out and start to run higher? Overall measured move, I do have up here to almost 295 in the near term. Above 280, if it does break above there and hold with some strength, There's going to be a couple lines up here as well, anywhere between 285 and 286 and a half. It looks like just previous all-time highs. Probably going to have another level of supply up there for resistance. Same thing may happen there. Market makers push up, shorts try to get in, stops just above. Algos see those shorts, see those stops, absorb it, and then roll back over just to trick everybody out. So a little bit of planning ahead. Looking for S&P 500 to continue higher. In addition to those 278 calls, I am still holding my 295 calls for 325 calls for June 2019 and August 295 calls. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Come and join us at the Trade Crew chat room. Have a good weekend and good luck.